Hey, what's up everyone? This is Kyo Daiken and welcome back to the channel. And in today's video review, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the parts regarding the Microcenter 3/4 size retro arcade unit. The purpose for this video is I wanted to cover some of the things that I've recently gone through. We're going to unbox some of this today, but the reason why I want to do this is because on the cabinet, you don't get a clear indication of what parts are really in what box. And subsequently, as of the past couple of days, I almost threw some of the key components away. So we're gonna cover all that today so that way you guys don't get mixed up in this. So let's go ahead, let's check it out and get into it. Alright, so as I stated in my last video review, you have the 3/4 Atari arcade kit from Microcenter. You get a cabinet. Obviously that's not in this box. You get a 27-inch monitor and everything else is in here. So a couple of days ago, or actually it was last night, I was going through all of my parts, looking through all the cabinet pieces, and come to find out, I looked at the instruction manual and it said, gee, I'm missing several things. So come to find out, I almost threw those pieces away because I thought it was additional packing for the arcade unit. And unfortunately, if you look at the box on the arcade unit, if you guys are planning on getting this, the only things it shows you is that it's a 3/4 arcade unit. It doesn't give you an idea about how many pieces are actually in the arcade cabinet. Again, I'm not talking about this box, I'm talking about the actual wood pieces. So you just have a picture of it, and it doesn't show you what items or how many are in there unless you open it up and start going through the instruction manual. So I contacted Vic because obviously he had already finished assembling his, and I said, hey, did you miss any pieces or anything? He said, yeah, his was in the box, but apparently I believe his was wrapped differently. So here are one of the pieces I almost threw away. This is the deck protector. And as you can see, this is covered in white. Originally, just by looking at it, I thought it was almost trash. I thought maybe this was in the box protecting the wooden deck protector, because it's just laying in here. And I believe this is labeled either N or M on the box. But as you see, there's no letters on here. So there's nothing indicating that this is an official piece. It just looks like it could be additional packing material. And the same thing with the monitor mount as well. We have the this is the plexiglass. Had it sitting in front of the arcade 1-up unit over there. So this is the 27-inch plexi. Same thing here. Thought maybe this was just in there for additional packing purposes. And because you really can't tell, here, let me back the camera up just a little bit so you guys can get a better picture. So yeah, I thought this was originally packing material because everything is just kind of thrown together in there. There's no letters on here or indicating that it is. So I just wanted to forewarn you of all of that in case any of you run into some of those additional problems. So in this box, you will get your speaker system, you will get the Raspberry Pi and a few other things. And then of course over here, we'll go ahead and move this out the way. And then of course over here you do get the 27-inch high definition IPS 1080 monitor. I'm gonna go ahead and open this up, look a little bit about the specs. I'm not gonna fully set it up today. I'll probably do that in a separate review because there's so many different things I wanna show you guys. So let's go ahead and just pop this open really quick. And this is a terrific monitor for the price and everything that you're getting with it. tighten here. Let's do it this way. Ah, there we go. All right, so this is the Acer K273. And of course you get your HDMI cable here. So that's pretty cool. Obviously with this pack you get 2 HDMI cables. You get one for the Pi, and then of course you get this one with the TV. Of course you get your power adapter. And you also get your monitor mount. And there is there you go. There is the TV. So I'll go ahead and get this unboxed today. Go ahead and set it up, play around with it, and do a little bit of comparison. So I'll just go ahead and set this aside right now. And then of course, this is where all the goodies are. So let's go ahead and pop this one open. I'm sure some of you are interested to see what parts are in here. And that way you're not missing out on anything. And it's not labeled on the Microcenter website in terms of what comes in each box. Last night I was literally scratching my head trying to figure out where is all this stuff. All right. So as you can see, nicely packaged. Oh, the memory card fell out. You get your Raspberry Pi 3B Plus. You get your Atari game micro card. The micro card just hit the floor, so I'll just pick that up in just a minute. And it gives you this instruction setup 2-player retro arcade cabinet by Microcenter. This one has the old design, which looks like the Game Room Solutions type model that they went with. And then of course it has a full customizable list of everything that is included in here. Obviously it doesn't come with this type of artwork. It's Atari themed. So that's that's pretty cool because a lot of people hate this artwork on here. And in the box, you get all of your micro connectors here. And this looks like an HDMI cable. So this looks like all of the accessories for the Raspberry Pi unit right here. Go ahead and set this aside. And then of course, this is the memory card, 32GB memory card. So this is pretty nice. They teamed up with Atari. And that also brings something else into question is, did they have to acknowledge or go through Retropie? Because I know a lot of people in the Retropie community, you know, we talk a lot about ROMs and what's legal or whatever the case might be. But this is another interesting scenario. I may do a follow-up video as to licensed ROMs, obviously because Atari is using Retropie, but they put their ROMs on Retropie. So I know that's really not too much talked about in the community. And obviously this isn't the first case because you have the Atari Fight Stick as well as some other units that they do have. But the interesting follow-up story is that if they had to partner up with Retropie to put licensed ROMs on something that, yeah, well, you guys get the picture. Interesting follow-up story. All right, so here we have our audio amplifier and more. You get your surge protector in here as well. And I'm not gonna pull everything out, you know what? Screw it, I figure I will. So we got your surge protector there. You get your speakers. These look pretty decent. Obviously, I'm not too familiar with these speakers, but these are car quality. I could upgrade these if I want. So that's another cool thing is if you're already into the hobby, if you want to go with something else, you could resell a lot of this stuff and make your money back. But apparently these only go for 20 bucks. So obviously they're really basic. And then of course here we have your audio amplifier. This one retails by itself for $29.99. This is a Kenter MA170 mini 2-channel amplifier. A lot of the guys in the arcade one-up community and do mods go with something very similar to this. And I believe eeprom used something like this equivalently to when he first started doing some of his arcade mods as well. So go ahead and set this aside. And we've already covered the speakers. These are, can't tell if these are no brand or something. I don't know. These are not really distinguishable name on here. Okay, this is a Lebo product, so I guess these are Lebo speakers. So go ahead and set that aside. And then of course we have our T-molding here. This is all chrome, which is pretty cool. And then in this box, this is the Xenotech dual player game controller. So these are for your, obviously these must be the controllers for your joysticks that converts it over to USB. And we have our Raspberry Pi 3B+. I am working on a very similar image. I'll probably just keep it to myself. It's an Atari image which resembles this, but it's for the Pi 4. But I know this is overkill, or actually the Pi 4 is overkill for just Atari games. And I'm honestly still not set as to what image or front end I'm going to use for this arcade, because I could use my Xbox or something else for that. I could use CoinOps, so we'll see. And here are all the arcade parts. So we have our T-molding. I think this is 20 feet. So you get 20 feet in total. This sells by itself. They have, you know, that's the cool thing too, is Microcenter has labeled everything. It's already pre-packaged. And you can get a lot of this stuff there at the store anyway. So this sells for $19.99 just by itself. And then of course here we have the joysticks. Now, these aren't too bad. I may end up going with Famitsu or Suzu Hap in the future, but for right now, these are fine for me. And these, of course, sell at Microcenter just by itself for $19.99. Yeah, that's not too bad for me. Of course, you also have your buttons in here. Let's see if I pull a couple of these out. Okay, so each one of these buttons go for $249. So this is about the standard price as they have at Microcenter for some of their other buttons. And I believe they also sell different colors too. Not too bad. I probably prefer something a little bit else, something else with these. But for right now, these will pretty much do. So I'm really not too picky with this type of setup unless I'm going to go with something major. But $249, you get this on the entire pack with buttons. You get a number of black ones, and you also have your micro switches in here. You also have red ones as well. So all good to go. And last but not least, I think there's one last piece in here. All right, it looks like it's just a second joystick. All right, and that's it. So these are all your parts for your Atari arcade unit. You got another strand here of T-molding. All of this again for $5.99 in Microcenter. And then of course, you could resell some of these parts. Obviously you could sell the surge protector if you don't need it. You could sell your Raspberry Pi 3B+, some of the speakers, and go with something else. But yeah, again, this is everything out of the box for the Atari cabinet. And we've got everything laid out here. So keep in mind that these plexiglass, and including, where is the marquee? Here it is right here. So this is the screen or protector for the marquee. This was something else I almost threw away, as you can tell how it's packaged, but fortunately I caught it in time. And I'm going to go ahead and measure this. In fact, I have my tape measure right here. And this marquee measures exactly 26 inches across. So for those of you considering using a LED marquee, or if you want to go with the bit pixel marquee, I know Ad Games is selling one of those right now with Al Linky. I believe this may fit. In fact, I think that might be the same size. So even though this is listed as a 3/4 scale arcade cabinet, it appears that most of the standard arcade parts will fit in here in terms of size. So I'd have to double check the price. I'm sorry, the size of the bit pixel marquee, but this may fit this unit if you ever decide to do that. So I was kind of hoping I could probably modify a little bit and use my 14:9 LCD screen because I already have one laying around. I'll probably put that in here just to see what it looks like. But again, guys, this is Xenotech. Wanted to give you a quick overview of all the parts for this particular unit. I did talk to someone else. I did talk to Vic, and he said he didn't have any recollection of these being in brown padding or packaging. So I'm not sure if everybody's package is going to come like this, where it almost looks like additional packing material and it's not really marked, because it was just floating around in the box, and that's what I thought it was. So anyway, just looking out for you guys. If you like this channel, subscribe or share the video. Just wanted to make a quick FYI for everyone who's interested in this project. Catch you guys next time. Probably the next video you see about this will be a full tutorial on how to set everything up. Catch you guys later. Peace.